Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Alliance's webinar series. Today's webinar, Photo Voice Project, is being presented by Envision for Freedom, one of the Alliance's member groups located in Chicago, Illinois. My name is Christine Beck, and on behalf of the Alliance, we are glad that you've joined us today. As a reminder, all attendees are in listen-only mode. If you'd like to communicate with me or with the presenters, please use your control panel to type in your question, comment, or contribution, and we will read it out loud. Our webinar is also being recorded, so if you would like to receive a recording of this webinar, just let the Alliance know. To tell you a little bit about the Alliance, we are a statewide team of self-advocacy groups in Illinois. We work together to make life better in our communities and work to make services better in our state. The Alliance wants groups from around the state to speak up together with one loud voice. We know because we've seen we can do more when we all work together. The Alliance has 25 member groups, and we are located all around the state of Illinois. You don't have to go far to find a member group in your community. We have member groups in McHenry, Illinois, and Zion, Illinois. We have several member groups in the Chicago and surrounding areas, such as Alsip, Brookfield, Chicago Heights, Homewood, and Joliet. We have a member group in Rock Island and in Pontiac, LaSalle, Peru, Beardstown, Jacksonville, and Bloomington. We have a member group in Decatur and Champaign, Monticello, and Charleston. And downstate in Illinois, we have a member group in Alton and also in the Alton-Edwardsville area. We are very pleased today to be welcoming self-advocates from Envision for Freedom as they talk about the Photo Voice Project. I first heard about this project last year and was really excited about it and couldn't wait for self-advocates to share about their experiences with this really unique project. And so today, the Alliance has the pleasure of welcoming Allison, Anna, Jerome, Scott, and Donna as they present about Envision for Freedom's Photo Voice Project. So take it away.
Good morning and welcome to Envision for Freedom webinar about our Photo Voice Project. My name is Scott, and I am one of the members of the Envision for Freedom chapter of the Illinois Self-Advocacy Alliance.
Good morning. My name is Anna. I am also a member of the Envision for Freedom chapter. I am happy to be here to talk to you and share what with you what I have learned and been doing in my community.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Jerome, and I'm also a member of the Envision for Freedom chapter. I am excited to be here to talk about our project and what I have learned and been doing in my community.
Good morning. My name is Allison Killingsworth.
Okay. And good morning also, and welcome. My name is Donna Ennis, and I am one of the people who support the Envision for Freedom advocates. As part of a Life Like Any Other grant Envision Unlimited received from the Illinois Council on Developmental Disabilities, we incorporated a Photo Voice project into our project. I'll tell you a little bit about the process. Envision Unlimited worked with self-advocates from 4 SILA homes. Our goal in the project was to have at least 15 self-advocates actively engaged with new community organizations by the end of the project. We collaborated with the University of Illinois at Chicago, Department on Disability and Human Development. We conducted we are training on asset-based community development. So we spent a fair amount of time working with individuals talking about how to build on the strengths and the resources in their community. And we completed community mapping of 2 specific Chicago neighborhoods. And those were the areas in which those 4 homes are located. We completed interest assessments with self-advocates working on the project. And each individual created a resume to help clarify their interests and skills. Individual support was provided to participants to look for and locate community organizations that were a match for each person's interests. And then we incorporated photo voice to capture people's perspectives. We had some significant outcomes. By the end of our project, in the spring, we had 15 self-advocates regularly participating in community groups with natural supports. And then when we took a look a few months later, at the end of August, we had 9 additional self-advocates from other SILAs participating in community groups similar to what the first group experienced. And that continues to grow at Envision. There's been a fair amount of momentum with individuals identifying how things work and how we can best support individuals in reaching some meaningful outcomes and having a good match. We developed a job description for future graduate students to serve as community collaborators. And just a little bit of background on that, and I'm sure Anna, Jerome, Allison, and Scott can attest to this, that it was wonderful to have the support of Jay from the University of Illinois at Chicago, and Valerie, who's an MSW candidate who did an internship with us during this project, about how helpful they were. You know, they really spent a lot of individual time helping people make those connections. So moving forward, we have a job description for future graduate students to serve as community collaborators. And the other outcome that happened is more and more individuals became new members of the Envision for Freedom Self-Advocacy group. So there was a lot of word of mouth and a lot of, you know, talking to peers, and getting people excited about also the Envision for Freedom activities. Some background on the project is wanting to save the experience of self-advocates with their community activities. So it's having a snapshot in time, literally, of things that people found compelling and interesting and excited about that they wanted to share with other people. Combinations are needed to effectively include self-advocates in research, and photo voice was used as an accessible strategy to engage individuals. So, you know, we are, you know, really developing new knowledge with this. Inclusive research is a learning process for all, and the individuals at Envision for Freedom have assisted in co-creating new knowledge. Some background just on photo voice itself. It uses photography to access other people's experiences. So I don't know if anybody wants to add anything like the significance of the pictures that people took. Like you took pictures of things that were important to you. Okay, yeah, all right. It offers voice and gains perspective of self-advocates on their own lives. And then it's also, it's really an enjoyable method. It was fun. I think people would say it was a fun couple of weeks to do photo voice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it went quick. It did. Yeah.
It was fun. It was quick. It was fun too.
It was fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Okay.
I
So
wish I could do it over again.
you'd like to do it over? Yes.
I like the tablet You take pictures on the tablet. I like that.
Oh, Anna, one of the things that Anna used is for the project itself, we had different types of cameras that people can use during this period. And one option was the iPad, and Anna really got to use an iPad really well with that. Yeah.
I'd rather use the camera.
Yeah.
I had used mine.
Yes, I
I
know.
was taking pictures of.
I know, it was fun.
I'd rather use the camera.
So for 4 weeks at the end of our project, individuals took photos with different moments of individual support. So to describe that a little bit, and if anybody wants to add, like myself and Jay and Valerie and Dr. Lika Van Humen from University of Illinois at Chicago, we each supported 2 to 3 individuals on the project. So we would meet at wherever the individual wanted to meet. It was oftentimes at their volunteer experience, their community experience. Where else did you guys meet? Your work?
Work, home, volunteer.
Church.
Church.
Okay. So wherever people identified that they wanted to be able to take some photos of things that were meaningful, okay? We did individual interviews with persons asking about how things were going and trying to get their, ideas and perspectives. We met at the beginning of the project, and at that point in time, we laid out like some ground rules, because without consent for photos. You guys want to talk about that a little bit? Jerome? Yeah? Or Scott? Yeah. Well, because that was a key. It's not like if individual photos were taken of other people, we had to get their informed consent.
Right.
So there was a process, and we spent some time training people about how that would work. And then at the very end of the project, we met one evening, and it was a lot of fun. Want to talk about what you guys did at that meeting?
We posters. We had the posters. We were showing the posters.
Right. And they were all individualized. So we had a lot of fun that night. It was a lot of different art supplies that people individualized.
Yeah.
You picked your favorite color.
Decorated them.
We named our posters.
You named
our posters name.
Yeah.
It was hard enough to try to figure out what we're going to call them. So.
What you're going to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of your poster, Anna?
I think it's hard to see because it's nothing. This is a taste of Anna's world.
A Taste of Anna's World. And what's your poster's name, Jerome?
Family Fair Choices.
Family Fair Choices. Okay. Scott, what was the name of your poster?
It's my life.
Okay. And I'm trying to think. Allison's was It's My Life.
Yeah, it's my life.
It's My Life.
life.
Yeah.
My life.
It is.
Yeah.
It's my life.
It's A Taste of Anna's World.
I
Some
love
cool,
that.
some cool titles. Yeah. So there was, and it's a tangible, something that you like. People, I think, really have come to treasure their posters and have a lot of time.
Family Fair Choices. The reason I chose that title is we all have a choice of what animal it is that we like, or we choose the animal that we would want.
True.
Like me too with the kids, I know, and the staff, I know at the vinyl, my family, and my friend Kenny.
Yeah, those are important. And at the end of our project, one of the things we're going to do is each person's going to walk through and share with you what their posters are and why they chose the pictures that they did. So that was sort of as a wrap-up then, was the meeting where everybody prepared their poster and then spent some time talking about what was important to them. And now we're in the process of looking at some of that information and figuring out how to share that with other people, which is really exciting. And then that's an important contribution that everybody has that participated in the project as well, is that that's going to be shared. You know, we hope to publish this information, and again, for the advocates to be co-creators of new knowledge and having a real contribution. Accessible materials. Some of what we talked about was, did people need help sometimes trying to figure out how to use their cameras?
I did.
Yeah.
I had to give me a
I use mine.
Yeah. So
I knew how to use mine.
you did your, but Allison struggled with the first one, so then we had to use another camera,
Camera.
right? Anna?
Sometimes I just like, I need something like holding it, like, you know those, I forget them things, you know, the stick part?
Oh, yeah.
And you
the
hold it
stick,
and take
yeah.
pictures there, and that's why I couldn't hold it, because I kept shaking up like I couldn't hold it. So Barry had to hold my tablet.
Okay. To check, to make you, yeah, okay. Scott, anything to add?
I just had programmed the cameras for a lot of people because they didn't know how to operate it.
Scott's the techie in this group, for real.
He
Yeah,
fixed my phone last time.
yeah, it's really cool. So everybody spends some time getting comfortable with a camera that works for them, yeah. And then taking photos of what is important to you. Did you take, yeah.
I did too, I took a lot.
Because she was dragging me around, and then she told me to take a picture, and I took the picture.
Yeah, okay. So we had pictures, people, one of the guys, Brian, I think, he is a White Sox and Cubs fan, so he drove to take pictures of the stadiums, because he's an avid sports fan, he does stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun, the kinds of places that people said they wanted to go to take a photo of. Right, okay. So again, consent, talking about not being able to get consent from people to take photos, okay? Using the cameras, and taking a lot of photos. I think people like Allison, you said you took probably 100 photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because she had me dragging around.
Yeah, you
I
just
think
went everywhere.
how many,
Yeah, I went
how many you can take pictures in the tablet?
Oh gosh, Anna, if I recall, Anna, you had over 100 or 150 pictures that you had taken over a couple of weeks. Yeah. And then when people sat down to do their projects, how did you weed out? What did you have to do? Did you select some favorites or?
Yeah, we had like 5 different ones that we liked the best.
Okay.
Right. That's what we had to do.
Okay, that were the most important
Yeah,
or what?
we all did that.
Okay, okay. And then,
Rest of the pictures we kept.
you kept, okay. And then what the photos that you selected were used where? On the posters. Okay, okay. So we did it. We had, there were several additional individuals other than Jerome, Anna, Scott, and Allison that did the Photo Voice project. And the night that we wrapped up with dinner in our project was a lot of fun. Want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
What's up? What about? This is everybody. Yeah. It was pretty colorful. People selected their favorite colors, okay, that they wanted.
Different colors that we didn't like.
Yeah, okay. Everybody had a name or a title for their poster. I think there was A Day in the Life was one of them. Anna's, yours was A Taste of Anna's World. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
So, yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah, so we did that. It was fun. And we learned a lot with in that past year on our Life Like Any Other project and Photo Voice. That churches are powerful allies. A number of individuals continue to have real strong connections or opportunities where with volunteering, with mentoring, with ushering, with being involved in some ministries in their churches. Okay. That training of staff on how to support community inclusion is needed in provider organizations. So from Envision Unlimited's perspective, that was a very powerful lesson in terms of what strategies could work to do that as well. That internet access is pretty necessary to assist advocates in identifying community opportunities. So there was a lot of time spent one-on-one at a computer trying to look up things. You guys want to talk about that? About how you, yeah? Because you spent a lot of time with Valerie, I think.
Yeah.
I did too.
And you did?
I did
Okay.
too.
One time she was there, and then she's like, oh, I gotta go, so I can go to the next person, like Allison there.
Uh-huh.
And when she was there, she's like, I'll see you next time. I'll go back to that, Allison's church, like the school, whatever that.
Right. Uh-huh.
She's like, okay, I just let her hear.
Right. Because that was just a lot of time just spent looking up stuff. Isn't that how you found Free Geek?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I actually,
Yeah.
Free Geek is actually one of the ways I found out that they take apart computers, then put them back together, and that is one way I found out that I could get a free laptop or computer just by working with them, learning how to take apart, recycle the parts, and then they put together the laptops or computers, but they don't use Microsoft.
You found that online. You actually found,
Yeah.
we personally, not many of us had heard, I don't think any of us had heard of Free Geek. And when you were doing a search online and you were trying to find
First time I heard it.
things you were interested in, yeah. So that was
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So the internet access required in some training and support to individuals on how to access the internet to do those searches. And also that travel training or paratransit is needed to sustain community involvement.
All the time.
All the time, yeah. We're perhaps unique in the Chicago area. We have more options with public transportation and paratransit services, but spending time with individuals doing travel training and even using paratransit, like calling for those rides, and then also we had several individuals with natural supports made friends at different community organizations, so there were some options for pickups and drop-offs and things like that to get from point A to point B. Do you want to add anything there, Scott? No.
No, not yet.
Okay. And our project also confirmed that engagement in desired community activities provides building blocks for meaningful engagement, okay, for persons to be able to learn new skills, they have increased self-esteem, expand their social connections, and experience continued personal growth and learning. Okay. A couple of quotes from different people that worked on the project. So at the end, when we were trying to do some initial just background on how we did, people were asked their perspective. So here's one quote.
I am just glad that I made some friends. I learned how to get along with people, how to talk to people, and respond to the people. I am proud of it.
Okay.
I'm making new friends there. It makes me laugh. It keeps me busy. If I wasn't here, everyone would miss me. I learned how to pull weeds and work with dirt. My next step was I wanted to learn how to work with tools.
I get me to know more people. I know volunteering for me to learn some things more within the future that I can see that I can do better. So far, I've learned how to take apart computers real good. That was one thing I've never done.
Okay, all right. So here's You're going to get a chance now to hear directly from Jerome. He's up first about his poster.
Hold on, let me go sit over here.
Okay. Okay. Jerome, tell us about your poster. Yeah.
My poster is about animals that I work with.
Where do you work at?
I work at Animal Welfare League.
What position do you have there?
Animal care specialist.
Okay, cool.
I call this family fair choices. The reason I call it that is everybody has a choice of what animal they like. They come to me and ask me what type of dogs do we have, and I show them. Because most of the dogs that we get in are abandoned or either hurt, something like that. That way we'll take care of them, give them food, food and water. That way they'll get more healthier for a parent or either a family to take a dog home. But it's a long process how we do that.
These all look like photos from the Animal Welfare League.
Yeah, they are.
So what are some of these?
This one is about
The one on the lower left. Yeah. Okay.
this is like a little camper that dogs that come in that get their shots. Every dog that comes from around the world, around the city that comes in and get their shots.
Okay.
One in the middle, that's our break area. There we take our breaks.
Okay. And then the one below it is what?
Well, that is the room that we take the dogs in with the family that bonds with the dog and see how he responds to it. Respond to them, or the dog that respond to them.
Okay. This is what? On the top right.
That's our laundry room.
Okay.
Everything that we take in or are dirty, I'll take them back there. Like towels or something like that, sheets, whatever we put in the cages. I also clean cages too, not just take the dogs out. I clean cages too. I got other options that I do. Most of the dogs that we did have in all got adopted.
Do you think
Like
you had
all 12 of the dogs that we did have all got adopted.
Do you think you had something to do with that?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Sometimes they respond to me too sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Okay. Who's this dog? You've got a picture of a dog in there.
That's the one that usually try to bite me, but he doesn't anymore. He got adopted, so 3 months later he got adopted. I kind of miss him, so.
Okay.
But he's in a better home than the shelter, so.
Okay.
Most of the dogs that we did have, we probably process getting more dogs, so.
Always get new dogs. I like the way you put dog prints all over your
yeah.
poster.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
That's a reminder how many more dogs that we probably need to help out.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to have a chance after everyone presents their posters to ask questions as well of everybody. So next up is Anna. Okay. Okay.
Well, you know what? I can do it on the computer.
Yeah, you could.
I can do it on the computer better.
Okay.
You see your picture over there.
Okay. We've got everyone's actual posters here for reference, so that's what people are looking at as well. So Anna, tell us about this. Okay. Okay.
Mine's
Okay.
purple. Mine's purple. Okay, my poster's name is A Taste of Animal World.
Okay.
I was working at Sabina,
St.
Sabina, and I worked with when I was working with the last manager, my friend, and that's my mama and Carol. We was at camp.
Okay.
And this is Kenny. That's my friend. I love.
Okay.
And my staff here, I work with her, the kids together. And
So your pictures are mostly of people, people that are important to you in your life. Okay.
and this is about child care.
Okay, so tell everybody a little bit about what your community experience is. You're at St. Sabina's Church, and what's your title where you work?
A child, I think it's child care.
Child care specialist.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why I picked the colors out of here with the flowers. Because my friend, that's her favorite color. That's why I just put it on a board for her.
Flowers. You
Yeah,
got
she
flowers.
likes yellow, purple, pink.
Purple's your favorite color, I think, huh? Okay.
And they always, the kids up at the Savannah, they always say, Mommy and all that. They just call my name.
That's what they call you? I heard they call
And
you
then
that. What else? Yeah.
And then I was working downstairs, and they gave me walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like tell them what time they get off work. Like you know, like the kids go home and hear the things like, oh, Jasmine, it's time to go. And I got the shirt, like what the arc, the boat was on the front of there.
Okay, that's the name of the program.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they gave us a volunteer shirt to go with it.
Okay, so that's the picture in the middle. So you've got your shirt that you wear. They give you a walkie-talkie. You've got a lot of responsibility.
And like somebody say Blanson said she got hurt.
Okay.
Then I had to take her downstairs and take her to the office and let her know, like, say she got cut or whatever. Then I have to do that. That's my job there.
Okay.
And we had to tell them.
Make sure they could put ice pack one time. They put blood. I was like, okay.
Okay, so you're a child care specialist or child care aide? I'm trying to remember what they said. Yeah. Okay.
Specialist.
Yeah.
Okay. And
If it was age, she probably would have just said.
yeah, so that's a lot of responsibility.
No.
And I know you've always liked working with kids. Since I've known you.
I know, I love kids.
Yeah, so it's a nice
I love
opportunity.
kids too, even though I have one of my own.
I know. Okay, thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay.
You want to do it? I was just want to do it on the computer.
I'll take that.
You want to do it on the computer?
Mhm.
Oh, he said he don't need it.
He
Okay.
said he doesn't need it. Do it on the computer.
Okay, Scott, you're up.
He said he wanted to do it on the computer.
Yes, and these are everything that I like to do on my free time or things I like to do every day. The very top one is a group of everyone that's in the advocacy.
This one.
What was that picture from, Scott?
The parade,
Disability Pride Parade. Yeah,
yeah.
it's cool. Okay.
And then I took a picture of one of the shirts.
That's on the bottom left-hand side. What does it say? It says,
Right here.
it's
Here's right here.
Envision for Freedom.
okay.
And then the middle ones are two of my best friends that I've known for a long time.
Okay.
And the top
Top right.
right
Uh-huh.
is a photo of someone taking apart a computer exactly piece by piece, because everything gets recycled and reused.
So everything that's come new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the sewing machine down there?
And on the bottom right, that is a buttonhole sewing machine. It puts holes in your shirts. Then we have a machine that puts buttons on your shirts.
Like some missing buttons or...
Yeah, that's where Scott works, yeah.
Oh.
It's military, is it?
Yeah, it's for the Army and Navy.
Okay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay. There's lots of pictures of the city of Chicago.
Yeah, I see.
Why is that? I know you've got like the...
Because I like going around seeing Chicago the way it is.
What is this one?
This one.
Yeah, what is that?
That is the Willis Tower.
That's what, I've been up there before. Was on
Yeah,
top?
used to be the Sears Tower.
Mhm.
Uh-huh, yeah. He's
The
got
train.
Yeah,
Finish-
really.
I know that's a Navy
That's
Pier.
the old Ferris wheel.
That's a big
Navy Pier.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
one. Train.
That's CTA.
Train.
Okay.
What is this? Chicago town?
Chi-Town.
And what are these right
Chi-town.
here?
Chi-town.
What are these right here?
Papers.
Yeah.
And pizza, look, you got pizza on that one.
Well, that's not just any pizza. What kind of pizza is that?
Giordano's.
Giordano's
Oh.
deep dish pizza.
The
Yeah,
Wind
that's what you
City.
Windy City.
like. Windy City, yeah. Scott can get just about anywhere on public transportation in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
So,
What does this one say?
Magnifying
the
Mile.
Magnificent Mile, yeah, Michigan Avenue.
Oh,
So
okay.
Scott's poster reflects who Scott is.
Mhm.
He's a diehard Chicagoan,
Yeah.
I'd say. So it's really cool.
He always have.
He always has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have it.
Okay. So, and then lastly, we're gonna meet Allison.
Yeah, Allison.
So, okay. Okay, Allison. Tell us a little bit about your poster.
It's when, I can't pronounce it.
Father
Father-
Flager, yeah.
Father Faber and took a picture of me.
At what church is that?
Saints of the
Sabina.
Sabina.
Okay, all right. Okay. And I think a lot of these pictures are there because that's, Allison has joined that church
Sure.
and has done some volunteering at there.
Right.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about like this picture. It's on the top right. What's that
Right.
picture?
It's, I
Like
like
clothes.
clothes.
Okay.
I like clothes.
Okay. Yeah.
And I used to hang them up.
Okay. That's at the, I'm trying to think, they have like a resale shop that
Yeah.
they do at the church.
Yeah. Right.
So Allison's done some work there. Okay. Who in the middle?
I don't know their name.
But those are people that you.
People I
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Okay. On the top left, there's a photo of something different.
Right.
What's
That's food.
Okay. From the food pantry.
Yeah. Food pantry.
Okay. And on the bottom left, it's
That's the church.
it's the church. Okay.
Across the street.
Okay. That's a picture of
The
from
church.
across the street of St.
Right.
Sabina.
Saint Sabina.
Okay. What's the name of your poster?
I is my
Life.
life.
Okay.
My life.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell us about yourself, Allison? Or things that you liked about your project?
I liked it because it was nice to go to and you could meet people out of the community, friends and stuff like that.
Okay. A lot of variety, too.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
If I had to do it over again, I would.
You
Me
would.
too.
And we keep doing it.
Right.
This is just a process. Yes, Anna?
When I was at Savannah, I take them to the bathroom sometimes, like, say, like, her name is Joanna.
Mm-hmm.
That's my job, I work with kids. She said, Anna, take the girls to the bathroom, and I'll take the boys to the bathroom.
Okay.
And one time, I was in the, by the girls' bathroom, they was fighting and doing stuff. I was like,
Did you have to stop it, Anna?
Yeah, I had my arms on this side for them and
Yeah,
split up.
try to- What I get out of this is that everybody has had such a meaningful contribution to what they've been doing in the community. Like the things that people have been doing have made a difference in other people's lives.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because I know I got to go back and I had to have a doctor's statement.
Okay. Yeah, but to do a different job over at the church.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
What I got out of it, still meeting new people.
Still meeting new people. Yeah. Okay.
Certain people that usually come in that wants to see dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
So now it's time to open it up to questions, comments, and contributions. So use your control panel, type in, I'll read it out loud if you have a question, comment, or contribution for Allison, Anna, Jerome, Scott, or even Donna. Let us know. As you've learned, it's not just about taking pictures and creating a poster. It was really getting to experience life in a different way. And I don't know about you, but I heard that there are changes that happen in the lives of each of them, changes that are meaningful to them and still are meaningful to this day. So that is what I found really exciting when I first heard about this project, and I was eagerly awaiting the opportunity to be able to bring it to you. So again, go ahead, use your control panel. If you have any questions, comments, or contributions for any of our presenters, go ahead and let us know. We'll read them out loud. So I know everybody is talking amongst themselves and they're going to start typing in. I also want to let you know that, Donna, you mentioned that Jay, who was a graduate student, helped out with the project, as well as Dr. Lika Van Human, and both of them have joined us on the webinar today. So they have been watching and listening as you presented.
Okay. Hi, Jay.
Yeah. So you can
Hi.
say hi to Jay and Dr. Van Human.
Hope you remember me, Jay.
All right. So Dr. Lika said hello and happy to help answer any questions that people may have. So thank you for that. We'll let you know if we have any questions for you. But again, if you have any questions, comments, or contributions for any of our individual presenters, that would be Allison, Anna, Jerome, Scott, and Donna, please use your control panel and type in. All right, and they are starting to come in. So CTF Illinois Advocacy, they're one of the Alliance's member groups. They are located in Charleston, Illinois. They said, we really enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna get some other people to chime in here. While they're chiming in, is this a project that other people can do? Can they take some of the basic information and apply it themselves, whether it's getting a camera or an iPad, taking pictures, exploring their community? Is that something folks can do on their own?
Oh, yeah, they can.
Yes,
Yeah, they
yes.
can.
Oh,
If they
okay.
commitment to it, they can.
All right. Well, if somebody is interested, what would you recommend be the first step for them?
Camera.
A cam.
Get a camera.
Get a cam.
Camera. All right.
What they can do in their lives.
Okay, so get a camera and take pictures of the things that are important to them.
What makes them happy.
What makes them happy. Okay. All right.
So when you
You
take
had
pictures,
to
You gotta
ask,
ask-
you
you
gotta
gotta-
if
ask
people are in there,
permission.
right.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
ask
ask their permission before you start taking pictures.
Oh,
And then
Well-
you get in.
yeah, I'm glad you said that. So can somebody give us just a little bit of information? How would you ask permission to take a picture of someone? Can you share with us how that would go?
You have like one person come to you, like let's say Donna, can I take a picture of you? And you say,
but I would probably ask you why you want to take my picture. What are you going to use it for? Yeah, who's
Right.
going to see it? Yeah,
right?
right?
Take a picture of like I can put you on a in the poster or something like
Okay.
that, and like that way.
Okay. So you tell somebody like why you want to take their photo.
Right.
Allison wants to add something here.
You supposed to ask before you take a picture of somebody.
Mhm.
They probably don't want no picture taken.
Right, right. Especially
Yeah,
today.
Today.
People are
They have to have their
yeah,
permission
yeah.
to do that.
Same
You
thing
have
like
to have a picture.
with anything that people post like on social media, you have to be careful with that.
Right.
Yeah, and
right.
especially when you're talking about like children, for example, because
Yeah.
Anna faced that with
I
her
ask them first
experience.
before I take
You
their
had to get
pictures.
consent.
Right.
Written
Like their
consent.
parents there, like
Yeah,
say
yeah.
blessing.
Yeah.
Like her mom
Like the
there, she
lady
say,
took my picture.
Yeah.
I asked her mom
yeah,
first, it's
right.
okay to take a
Yeah,
picture of
yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
The lady
Well,
took my picture.
And what we just heard, we had CTF Advocacy from Charleston just chime in and say, get a photo release. So sometimes people have to sign a photo release before they have their picture taken. So that's something to consider as well.
True.
We had that.
That's right.
Yeah, we had
Yeah. So do we have any other questions, comments, or contributions from our attendees? Questions to ask, comments you'd like to share, or contributions you'd like to add? Now is your time.
cause I get volunteer. I don't make like I don't want to be volunteer. I just want to like make like get paid or something like that. That's what I want to do.
That was something else that I thought was pretty powerful with our project is while most individuals, with the community connections, it was like volunteer experiences. People really wanted it as a building step for paid employment. That was part of the reason too when we talked with folks about doing the resumes, is that it helped to give something that each individual did that represented like what they felt their skills and their talents and their interests were. So it was pretty, the structure, like Scott said.
Nice.
How I started with animals, it was a process how I did that. I had to go to an orientation. And
I think,
that's how I started.
And it is a building block for employment, really, because it's something to put in your resume for additional experience. And many people had to go, like Jerome did, to a formal orientation.
Everybody knows what orientation means?
Do you want to explain that?
Everybody knows what orientation means?
Well, I'm not sure. So, Jerome, maybe you could share what that means. It might be a word that folks have never heard of, or maybe it's a word they've heard of, but they're not quite sure what it means.
Orientation means they'll show you things, how to do things, where everything is. And plus they have a dress code for it too.
So they tell you what to expect on the job.
Right.
Training.
Right. Well, as we wait for any final questions, comments, and contributions, I am going to ask each of you to think of what is one word you would use to describe your experience with the Photo Voice Project. What's one word you would use to describe your experience? And I'm going to ask Jerome first. So Jerome, what is one word you would use?
No, I was glad to do it.
Just excited, glad to do it.
Right.
All right.
I wanted, if I choose to do it again, I would.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Anna, what's one word you would use to describe your experience?
I'm proud.
Proud. Proud. Fantastic. I like that word. When we succeed, we're proud. Yes. Scott, how about you? What's one word you would use?
Experience.
Experience. Yes, I like that. And Allison, how about you?
I'm happy.
Happy. Now, I'm not going to leave out Donna. So, Donna, what's one word you would use to describe the experience?
Satisfying.
Satisfying. And Dr. Lika, she chimed in. Together. Together is the word that she would use to describe the experience.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Oh, I like that too. There's lots of great words that we can use.
We all work together.
Yeah.
We work
If
together.
you have any questions about the Photo Voice Project, we have included Donna's contact information. She's the division director at Envision Unlimited. She's also one of the allies for Envision for Freedom. which is the Self-Advocacy group at Envision Unlimited. They're located in Chicago, Illinois, and you can see Donna's phone number and her email address. I don't see any more questions, comments, or contributions. So on behalf of Anna, Jerome, Allison, Scott, Donna, and the Alliance and all the self-advocates who joined together to speak up and speak out and to make things better in their communities, around our state, and even around the nation and around the world, we thank you for being part of today's webinar. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.